Xin mời bài trình bày của ông Eang Vuthy đến từ tổ chức Equitable Cambodia, phát triển quy mô lớn trường hợp đường ở Campuchia. Xin mời.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to introduce myself just so that you all know. So again, I'm from Cambodia. I work for a local organization called Equitable Cambodia, and we focus mainly on land, housing rights, natural resources. So today's I would like to share some basically on the case. Actually, we work on many cases, but I just want to focus on one agriculture industry which is also create a lot of human rights violations. I understand we focus more on the impacts, but today I want to get into a bit of detail how people can, use different mechanisms in order to seek remedies. So our colleague from Cambodia has mentioned this morning that economic land concession is a big issue in Cambodia. As you can see on the map, there's many dots which represents ELC, economic land concessions, mining, and other concessions there and so on. And most of our lands has been privatized to the private company from the regions and internationally. Just a bit of figures, so you know. We are very Cambodia is a very small country. We have only 17 million hectares land mass, and only 3 million plus hectares considered as arable land. And if you see, so 2.1 is already privatized. So what happened to the local farmers who basically have, I don't think just Cambodia, but also Vietnam, Laos, and other neighboring countries, people in the rural area depend on land and forest. So it all privatized. So what happened to their livelihood? Just again, these represent different concessions. Next, please. I think we all know about the impacts, but I just want to mention a little bit because of these, ELC, and for different purposes, people basically living in a countryside has been suffer greatly, and especially people that rely on the forest, also suffering because they lost the livelihood, the culture, and so on and so forth. Especially also the indigenous community, as you know, in the northern parts of the countries. Our colleague from Cambodia mentioned one province very here, but also in others province in the northern part also we see big impacts through this ELC. Next, please. So again, I just want to single out one sector, which is sugarcane. But also, we discussed this morning about with our colleagues that many sectors, agri sectors, also create huge impacts, namely rubber plantations. And there's two big Vietnamese company. One state-owned VOG, and the other Hegel, private-owned, also play a very important role in destroying livelihood of the people on the ground. So sugar, why I choose sugars? Because in Cambodia is one of the least developing countries, and we opened up to foreign trade and investment, and especially we benefit greatly from the EU policy called everything but arms, because we have a special deal that we can sell our products to Europe without tax or with a very low tax. So that's why a lot of companies from the regions and also from Europe or America come to Cambodia to basically benefit from this. Next, please. Maybe this I will go quick, just a figure. So this is Thai company, Midpol. It's the largest Thai company who own a concession in the Long and they are the third largest supplier of coke. Next, please. And this is in Kong, another Thai company called KSL. It's also on huge lands over there, and the aim is to develop the plantation and sell the products to Europe as well. And this one is local owned, but this time owned by the tycoon, very powerful, and the senators of the ruling party. So you can see if he has power and is rich, he can do a lot of things in the country. So he owns huge land. So I mentioned previously about impact, so I don't want to go into detail. I think we all here know what happened when people lost their land. This means, lost their livelihood and the futures of their children. And sometimes also destroy, forests, which cause, if people work on the climate change, cause, climate change issue. If people, work on the, issue of indigenous, forest also part of their lives, their, culture. So next, please. And, we trying, community, of course, trying to have, the dialogues with the company and the government. We understand each country have different, probably, way of working. We discuss this a lot. But I think every countries require a dialogue and discussion. So people did in Cambodia, we discussed a lot with the company, with the government authority. But sometimes, discussion is not really happening. It does not create any result than what you should do. You have to go beyond that. And this is very interesting. Some people really, they don't want to do this because it's, depend on the context. I don't want to mention. So through our work, we identify many actors, very powerful and very rich. And so when we have this information, we give to the people. We do a research, to identify all of these actors, and we give to people. And people will decide what they want to do. So people want to, go further. They want to, visit their office, or they want to use their mechanism. So we identify banks, we identify companies, and we identify EU and the buyer, supplier, and so on and so forth. So that's people now trying to target these actors. Next, please. Yeah, so like I said, when they, the dialogue could not happen, then people have no, option besides using a mechanism that available within the company, within the, country system. So they filed, for example, they filed a complaint to the, Group, which based in the UK, again, the UK company, because Thailand is a member of Group. And what happened after we filing the complaints, they document all the problem on the ground, then they suspend, the membership of the Thailand. So this is the, the bad damage caused by, the advocacy. At the same time, because Thai company, I forgot to mention, because in Cambodia is very interesting, that the company, allows to make an agreement with the military. We call a partnership. And this company have an official partnership with the military, and they evict people forcibly. And people now, they cannot get interest within the country, then they file a complaint to the Thai Human Rights Commission. And Thai Human Rights Commission conduct the investigation, and they found that the company breached their own policy, and they produced the reports. So again, the report can cause, or can affect the reputations of the company. Next, please. Yeah. Next. Yeah. Also, based on the, regulatory frameworks and territorial obligations of the state. So people can complain against company within their home state. So based on this argument, people can also file a complaint to the UK court against the UK company in their home country. And this is very interesting case, and the UK court accepts the case. And so the company now negotiating with the people, because in the system, before going to the hearing, there need to be the negotiation stage first. So we did that. But we hope in the country, in the region, can do similar thing. When your corporation or the company reach human rights elsewhere, you can take the case. And we also doing a lot of work also with the buyer, like Coke. I think everyone here drink Cokes. I like Cokes. But sometimes, Cokes buy the product from the company that they don't know what they did to the people on the ground. So based on that, people reach out to Coke, saying that your supplier, the third largest suppliers, the Thai company, took our land, destroyed our livelihood. Then they conduct the assessment and they found, the issue, and they issue a statement that they will not accept the company that commits human rights violation. Next, again, we talk about the EU, because EU is a big market, and probably in Vietnam as well. So Cambodia is the largest market, and because the policies to promote the economic growth for the countries, and also to create jobs, to reduce the poverty. And we see it's the opposite. So that people can go back to the EU, say, your policy is good, but the implementation is not the case on the ground. So they lobby the EU and the member states. Then the EU issue a resolution through the Parliament, calling the Commission to act and investigate on the situation. So there are two resolutions already. And now, Cambodian government and the EU is working on the TOO, basically to assess the human rights situation on the sugar case. And we hope this will happen soon. And there will be an open process so everyone can join. We as the NGO community has been actively participating in this process. Sometimes, we see each other as a threat, but basically everyone playing a different role, even the CSO. We invest a lot, working with people and produce report so that the government and other actors understand, and they can act and respond quickly to address the situation. Because based on report from the local authority, for example, if they are complicit with the crime or the action, then they will not report. So this is why important the CSO played this role as an independence. So I am here because I got only 10 minutes. I can go longer, but we can discuss if you have more questions. Thank you very much.